So we've tried to put this off as long as possible, but all right, F it. Sign Antonio Brown. Vikings need wide receiver help. Antonio Brown clearly needs help. So could this be just a marriage made in heaven? I don't know. So again, first and foremost, Brown does have a civil suit of sexual misconduct hanging over his head. Obviously, that is very serious, and it'd be a non-starter if convicted criminally, or if if convicted civilly, or if criminal charges are filed. But yeah, if he clears all that and he's reinstated by the league, not suspended by the league, okay, that's basically where I am right now. Just a sigh. Whatever spot, because here's also the list of stupid things that he's done recently. So throwing furniture off that 14th floor apartment roof, speeding at 100 miles an hour through the burbs, domestic incident where and ended up with the police youth league, just giving back his donation money, which is kind of hard to do, you know. And then also attacking a moving truck driver, not a truck driver that was in motion, but someone who actually moves your furniture, to start beef with him for no reason. Yeah. All these incidents, by the way, happened from 2018 to recently. So great. Again, all these are giant red flags. And in a lot of ways, this behavior, as well as like dyeing the mustache, blonde, and the haircuts and all that crazy stuff. Initially, I thought it was some sort of genius ploy to force his way out of Pittsburgh, where he clearly wasn't happy there. And it worked. I mean, Pittsburgh ate a lot of dead money on his contract by trading him to the Raiders. But then, he forced his way out of Oakland. And it's hard to get kicked out of Oakland. I mean, Richie Incognito signed a free agent deal there, and he re-signed an extension there. So still is kind of tough to do. And then he got to the Patriots, who the Patriots are very noted for taking chances. And then they cut his ass after one game. And then he got a tryout for the Saints late last season. Remember that? And they're like, hey, don't bring an entourage. So he brought an entourage. And then they're like, we will maintain the moral high ground because we are the New Orleans Saints and we do nothing wrong. Recently, we found out that is not the truth, but case for another day. But just like anything in life, I mean, if you have talent in sports, I mean, just like if you're good looking as well, that will get you second, third, fourth, 20th chances. And Antonio Brown, despite all of the nonsense, despite him also being 32 years of age, can still ball. Right, 7-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first-team All-Pro, led the NFL in receiving yardage as recently as 2017, as well as led the NFL in touchdowns as recently as 2018. So that's why, even with all of this crap going on, he still gets chances from the Raiders. He still gets chances from the Patriots. He still gets chance from the Saints for the tryout, and he still will have another chance if he is cleared of all of his issues and the NFL okays him. A team will sign him. Multiple teams will sign him, by the way, after he gets cut by the first team. So we get to this point now. Sigh. Should the Vikings be in on Antonio Brown? Well, here's the thing too. Like, lots of fans want their cake and eat it too. It's like, why can't we just get amazing talent on league minimum deals? Well, this is part of the rub. This is why guys like Richie Incognito and Antonio Brown are available and or will work for cheap. I mean, there's reasons. You're not gonna be bringing in AJ Green for the league minimum. That ain't gonna happen, right? So I will say at this point, I think he is less of a risk than Richie Incognito. Like, Richie Incognito was involuntarily committed to a psychiatric ward and also had a myriad of other legal issues going on. As well as, remember him beefing with Zimmer on Twitter? Well, beefing at Zimmer on Twitter, since Zimmer obviously isn't on the Twitter machine. But to his credit, Richie Incognito's credit, he came in, signed a cheap deal with the Raiders, played at a Pro Bowl caliber level. Frankly, probably should have made it down to Orlando Camping World Stadium and then got a contract extension. So that actually worked out there. But also recency bias and also anecdotal evidence shouldn't suggest that, hey, Vikings should be in Antonio Brown because they whipped on Richie Incognito, right? Every case should be on a case-by-case basis. But again, if he is reinstated by the league, if he is cleared of wrongdoing, and again, that's a major, major if, a 1-year deal that's heavily incentive laden with $0 guaranteed. I'm talking about like zero, like absolute $0 guaranteed. But games played, roster bonuses, statistical plateau bonuses that build up to, say, $9-10 million a year. Sure. Also, the bright side, too, if he signs a minimal deal and then all these escalator bonuses, if he hits them, they go on the 2021 cap. So kicking that can down the road won't affect the Vikings 2020 cap. Also, the CBA goes up next year. Hashtag cap is a myth, all that other stuff. So it is feasible. It would be tenable that if the Vikings sign Antonio Brown on a completely minimal deal and he ends up busting it out to $10 million worth of value, kicks it down to 2021. But like we said, if he gets out of line, even as much as a jaywalking ticket, you're gone. You are absolutely gone. It's a one strike and you're out policy. And frankly, if the Vikings offer this to him, I think this could be the best deal that he would get. Because still, no guarantee that he gets back in the league, by the way. Also could be facing league discipline, but we know how variant that can be. But if he does get cleared by the league, I mean, no one's going to give him big guaranteed money. Like, no one's going to come in and plop down and like, hey, here's 6, 8, 10, $12 million guaranteed. Ain't going to happen, right? So I think that coming into a situation like this, where you're playing with an established quarterback who can throw the deep ball, playing with the best wide receiver doing in the NFL, and you will get a little bit of work here, though the Vikings are a run-first team, I think this could be a decent spot for him. And also given his ego and given all the various bonuses that he could hit, I think this could be the best possible deal that he could get. So, but just imagine for a second, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Antonio Brown. Woo! It's a hell of a trio. Plus, Antonio Brown still is one of the cleanest route runners in the NFL. He's damn near uncoverable in the red zone. It's one of the reasons why he has so many career red zone touchdowns despite being 5'10", 185. Now, if he gets together with Diggs, would he be a bad influence on Diggs or potentially some of the other younger wide receivers? Possibly. But I believe in the leadership of Diggs and Thielen together, as well as new wide receiver coach Andrew Giannacco. All three of them get together, sit Antonio Brown down day one, and be like, hey, no BS, just work. Let's go win in Jerome Barty. But again, a lot of ifs, a lot of hoops, a lot of things that can happen. I actually think Antonio Brown's probably still an underdog to ever play in the NFL again. But if he is civilly cleared, if he is criminally cleared, if he is reinstated by the league or not given punishment, whatever. Sure, whatever at this point. But all right, your thoughts. Antonio Brown, Vikings, question mark. Let us know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe for daily Vikings takes. If you want to support the work, pull us up in the Venmo. Plus, give us a follow on social media as well. But the next time, Skol, production value.